What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. Get ready for an exciting video as we dive into insights from billionaire investor Ray Dalio and SEC chairman Gary Gensler. In a recent MIT lecture from 2018, Gary Gensler revealed some fascinating information about the future of digital currencies that will leave you on the edge of your seat. And with Dalio's wealth of experience in the investment world, being a billionaire, we'll get a glimpse of what's in store for the future of finance. So buckle up, lock in, and get ready for an informative and thrilling video. If you guys need a spot for digital assets, I recommend Uphold. It's safe, it's sleek, it's secure. It's my go-to exchange to buy XRP daily and dollar cost average, as well as other digital assets. There's a link to Uphold in the video description below. So in the following clip, you're going to hear from Ray Dalio, a billionaire investor and founder of Bridgewater Associates, one of the largest hedge funds in the world. Dalio shares his thoughts on Bitcoin, the current state of money, and the potential for digital currencies to become a store of wealth. While he acknowledges on one hand that Bitcoin has made impressive accomplishments over the past 12 years, he believes it has no relation to anything, and it is not an effective form of money or a store of wealth. I agree. However, Dalio believes that digital currencies have the potential to become a viable option. He believes cryptocurrencies are here to stay, specifically those that are linked to inflation and can provide buying power security. Let's take a listen to hear more of his insights.
It's been, quite amazing that for 12 years it's accomplished this, but I think it has no relation to anything. Okay, in other words, it moves, it has no relation. It's a tiny thing that gets a disproportionate attention. You know, the value of Bitcoin is less than a third of the value of Microsoft stock. You could go into industries, biotech and many other industries are more interesting than Bitcoin. It's not going to be an effective money. It's not an effective storeholder wealth. It's not an effective medium of exchange. But we are in a world in which money as we know it is in jeopardy, right? We are printing too much, and it's not just the United States, all the reserve currencies, what's going on in Euroland, what's going on in yen. And so in that world, the question is, what is money and how's that going to operate? I think the question over the next number of years is really, what is money, not just as a medium of exchange, but a storehold of wealth?
That sounds like an argument for Bitcoin of sorts.
Bitcoin, or for some digital
Bitcoins?
Yeah.
No, I think if you want a digital currency, you have to deal something different. I don't think that the stable coins are good because then you're getting a fiat currency again. I think that what would be best is an inflation-linked coin.
Right.
In other words, something where basically you would say, okay, this is going to give me buying power, because every individual wants. What do they want? They want to secure their buying power, if you want to save. Now, if you put it in Bitcoin, it goes like this. Who knows what happens?
Right.
If you put it into something, the closest thing to that is an inflation index bond and so on. But if you created a coin that says, okay, this is buying power that I know I could save in and put my money in over a period of time, and then I can transact in anywhere, I think that would be a good coin. So I think you're going to see probably the development of coins that you haven't seen that probably will end up being attractive, viable coins. I don't think Bitcoin is it.
So I want to go back to the market.
Hey everyone, if you enjoy the content on this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on future videos. And if you found this video helpful or entertaining, feel free to give it a thumbs up or leave a comment below. Your support does genuinely mean a lot, and it helps me to continue creating quality content for you all each day. So thank you in advance. So the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, he's had many previous positions. He used to be the head of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and he was also a professor at one of the top institutions in the world, MIT. Some of his past MIT lectures have had some eye-opening information, and this is what I'm bringing you today. In this next excerpt, Gary Gensler discusses the ongoing debate over whether Bitcoin should be classified as a currency or as an asset. While some argue that it meets the criteria of a currency, others point out that it is deflationary and it lacks the human involvement necessary for effective monetary policy in times of economic turmoil. Mark Carney, the governor of the Bank of England, has suggested that Bitcoin be referred to as a crypto asset instead. Gary Gensler leaves the final classification up to the readers in his class, but emphasizes the potential for digital currencies without a central authority, regardless of the label they are given. Gensler then asks his students a question on cryptocurrencies. He says, do you think they are currencies? The definition of a currency is three-pronged. Okay, a currency, I'm sure you have a general idea of it, but technically a currency is a medium of exchange that is generally accepted in transactions for goods and services. It can also be serving as a unit of account and a store of value. Currencies can take many forms, including physical cash, digital currencies, and commodity currencies like gold or silver. Typically, currencies are issued and regulated by a government or central authority. But there's also decentralized currencies, like Bitcoin, that operate outside of traditional government structures. Let's take a listen to Gary Gensler's lecture from 2018.
Bitcoin is growing about 4% a year right now, but it halves every 210,000 blocks. So the inflation rate will go down to 2%, and then later to about 1%, and later about 0.5%, and it caps around the year 2040. So whether Satoshi was one person or a team of people, back in 2008, they put in place a monetary policy that is hard-coded into the computer base code and is supposedly going to be there forever to cap Bitcoin at 21 million Bitcoin. I'm going to throw up Ether just because it's an alternative. Currently, that mines 3 ETH per block, and the inflation rate's about 7.5%. It's a different stage of development, different inflation rate. But there's been a proposal recently to literally, it was a proposal by the programmers, we should really lower the inflation rate. And if it's accepted, it will be adopted in November. The fees in Ethereum are largely paid in something called gas. Gas is just a small unit of Ethereum. What's the small unit of Bitcoin? Satoshi. So gas and Satoshi are very similar. Brodish.
I think the limit of 21 million, it's reached at 2140, not 2040.
Wait, it's not 2040?
It's 2140.
Oh, yes. Wait, you think it's 2140? What's that? All right. So I typed poorly. Aviva, did you have a question? No. Aline?
This means Bitcoin is a deflationary currency? Yes.
Well, Aline says, is Bitcoin a deflationary currency? Depending upon your use of that word, but others have written that Bitcoin is a deflationary currency because it's not growing. If the economy is growing at X percent and X percent is bigger than how Bitcoin is growing, that would sort of define it as deflationary. I would just note that those who are fond, and there's a lot of academic literature, and this goes back decades, if not centuries, for hard currencies where monetary policy is absolutely formula-driven, whether it's the Taylor rule or other rules, rule-based monetary policy, would have a fondness for what you could maybe put in computer code. Those who think that humans should be involved, and many people think there's a need for some human involvement, would say this is too hard-coded and you'd want something where you can modify and change it, and that it would be dangerous in times of war, in times of stress, in times of economic peril, or like the 2008 crisis, that this would make a crisis worse. And so the academic literature and the real-life reality of the last couple hundred years of hard currencies, hard monetary policies versus human involvement and some judgment is kind of an interesting debate that goes right in the middle of all of this.
Would you consider this as real currency, or is it an asset? It's a class of asset that has some aspects of a currency.
So the question is this a real currency, or is it just an asset that has aspects of of a currency. Ben, what do you think?
So there were the three roles of, or three ways that you could define a currency. It was the unit of account, store of value, medium of exchange. Right. So I guess this has all of those attributes. You could call it a currency.
You're saying if it has all of those?
It does have those attributes.
Oh, it does. All right, does. So Ben thinks yes. How many people were with Ben as of September 18th, 2018, not 2118? So Isabella's there. Zan. Zokum. How many people, Tom, how many people think not? All right. I think that you all get to decide yourself. Mark Carney, who's the governor of the Bank of England, gave a speech earlier in the year, which is assigned at a later class, and he says, I don't think we should call them cryptocurrencies, they should be called crypto assets. They're not yet evidencing all three of these. So that's Mark Carney, who I have great respect for, but there are others that say, no, it's evidencing enough. I would say this, though, it's plausible that they will, and this, if you take nothing else from the class, it's plausible in my view that they could provide. You could have digital currency that does not have a central authority. I mean, I think that innovation is there. Whether you call it a cryptocurrency or crypto asset at this point in time, I leave to all of you. There won't be a right answer to that on any paper you submit.
Why did the cryptocurrency refuse to like the video? Because he was too busy mining for likes elsewhere. Don't be like the crypto. Hit that like button. If you guys made it to the end of the video, comment Gary Gensler resign in the comment section below so I know who all my loyal supporters are. I appreciate you guys. Have a great week and God bless you. Until next time. If you want $41 guaranteed for free, sign up with Webull, deposit a penny, and you can get up to $3,000 in free stock shares. Now, typically, you'll just get $40 to $300, but it's a great offer just for signing up, depositing a penny. You're guaranteed a minimum stock value of $41. Sell your stocks, close your account, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer. It does end soon. Link in the video description below.